I'd like to start off this video talking about this vacuum here, the Festool ct25E hepa. This is a big brother to the ct15E hepa, which is basically their two least expensive vacuums that they have. Now, to me, this is pretty much a full-featured vacuum. This one here, the ct25E, which is what this one is, 25 liters. Now, the other one is the ct15E, 15-liter capacity. I chose this one over the 15 because I was worried I didn't have enough capacity with it. This vacuum's only maybe like $550. It's a very inexpensive vacuum, but it has all the features that you would want, such as great wheels, the tool activation. So when you plug your tool into this, say whether you have a track saw or a sander, it starts working as soon as you pull the trigger on whatever tool you're using, and then shuts off a few seconds later to clear the debris out of the hose. But you can run it regular, standard, without a tool hooked up to it. Now, one thing nice about this one here is it does have storage on top. I mean, people have complained about this. I've seen in a couple of videos, not on this one in particular, but still has the same cord type management on top. People have complained about it. I personally haven't found a problem with it. It's on there really secure, and no issues with that. And I've taken it to other places where I've been doing work, and no issues with that. Easy to remove. The hose comes right off, and then inside is your cord. This cord is really long enough for anything I need. The cord quality is pretty good. I mean, it does get a little bit stiff in cold weather. I mean, I wish it was a little bit nicer, but it is heavy gauge. It does feel like pretty good quality. It doesn't feel cheap. It just gets a little stiff when it's cold out. So if you don't have a lot of heat in your garage, but it's not really an issue or anything to worry about. Also, you get a couple of tools, crevice tool and just a regular little mini vacuum tool. I wish they had to put a little brush in there. That's the only thing that I wish it had in here as well. But again, no big deal. It's not a deal breaker or anything like this. Now, the other thing too is this type of hose here, which just comes right out, is just a standard shop vac type of hose, like for a rigid or 2 1/4 diameter. Now, this is a pretty good hose. Some people complain about it because of the rigids, and that's why they went with the anti-static green hose. You can get that for this, but it's like $200. I personally haven't really found the need for it, and instead of spending the money that way, I prefer to spend my money this way, which is investing in a Centec hose like this one, which fits in there, no issues whatsoever. Still closes just fine. But with this one, and these are only about $60, it comes with multiple attachments. This one here happens to fit pretty good on my Makita. Now, I've had it fall out a couple times, so it's not quite as secure as, for example, plugging the black hose, the Festool hose, into a Festool tool, how it kind of twists and locks. But I have a lot of other tools that aren't Festool that I don't plan on getting rid of anytime soon. So having this with these extra attachments, and they give you enough that you can pretty much manage to fit it on anything for the most part, from miter saw to planer to router. I even have it on my Bosch. They give you a larger one as well. This one here fits the Bosch, no issues whatsoever, so that's been good as well. So when I'm not using this hose on another tool, I just quickly remove it and plug it into here, and they come out real easy like that. It locks right in with these tabs. And then there's also, if there's too much suction, for example, you're sanding and it wants to pull the sander down onto your workpiece and make it hard to sand, you can open this up just like that, and you'll be able to release some of the air. Again, this is the Centec vacuum system. It comes with either 5 or 6 different attachments, which is pretty good for pretty much fitting everything on, and of course fits on there no problem. Not very expensive. I think it was $60. But going back to the vacuum and why I got this one here is about half the cost of the higher end vacuums. I just feel like I didn't need a lot of the bells and whistles. Yeah, it has a lock on it on the feet. Could be a little bit bigger. I think they go up to, like 45 liters. I didn't really feel like I needed all that. But yet it had everything that I needed. It's quiet. It sucks really good, which is what you want. And it had enough of the features on it that were easy. I mean, easy filter change. I mean, that's been running since last year. Of course, I have a bag in it, but it's spotless. So everything's going in the bag. The other thing that I like about this vacuum, super easy to change the bags. They just pop right in. So you just lift this and that's it. It comes right off. There's the bag right inside there. And you can't even screw it up putting the bag in because there's instructions right on there. And also there's a lock on it, so it closes the bag when you take it out. Super easy. Now, there's a lot to like about this, but there's really only one thing not to like about it, and I don't like the price of the bags. Now, I'm not sure why, but almost all the other vacuums, except for this one, are cheaper for bags. Mainly because you can get them off of Amazon, or they sell them in like a 5-pack. But as far as I know on this one bag, it cost me like, I haven't bought one yet, mind you, but they cost around $45. Even on the other one, the smaller version of this, the ct15e, those bags are only about $50 for 5 of them, I think. I don't know why the bag is expensive on this one and reasonable on all the other ones, but for how much I've used it and how, and mind you, just for sanding, obviously not planing, I'm not putting big chunks in there, but just for sanding, it's lasted a long time, this bag, and this bag's still not full from last year. So I've also used it with a cyclone, so that's kind of helped. That cuts it back. You can also take the bag out and dump some. I don't see why that would be a problem because it all clips back in. So I would say, though, that if you're just a small woodworker in your own little shop, but you want a quiet vacuum, you don't want to spend a lot for bags, I'd probably get the smaller one, the CT15. I just didn't want that one because I didn't want to be doing a lot of sanding somewhere and worry about changing the bag. I was also worried about it being a little bit small, 15-liter bag, but really I don't think that would be the issue. I don't think that would be a problem at all. So to buy it again, I might even would have bought the CT15, so that might be something to look at. But 25-liter bag, just sanding, it's been fine. Also, I wanted to add too that um, you can buy the reusable bag from Festool. It's a little pricey, a couple $100. Yeah, I heard you can empty it 300 times. It has a zipper on it. clips back in there. It's got plastic on the top where it locks in here instead of cardboard. I just thought, well, I'll try the bag, see how long it lasts. How does it do? Can I dump it? Can I, how's it when I use the cyclone with it? Is that good? And then I'll make a decision if I want to fork out that much money for that. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. When it gets full, I'll try to dump it. If that doesn't work, then I'll buy another bag and I'll try to use the cyclone more. But I haven't used the cyclone that much. And like I said, there's still lots of room in here. So overall, I've been super happy with it. The fit and finish is really good. The quality's good. Um, yeah, just like regular Festool stuff. I feel like it's built really well. I'm really happy with the purchase with this. And I really don't think that I need anything more. I don't really feel like I need to go to the higher end ones. One of the reasons I'm doing this review is because I just haven't really seen anything on this vacuum in particular, this ct25E hepa. I mean, you see a lot of them on the expensive ones, but never on this one. And I'm not sure, do people not want to buy it because there's no reviews on it, or they just want to spend more, or they want all the features? I'm not sure. But if you're thinking about getting a vacuum, you want to get a Festool vacuum, but you're not sure, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, then I would look at this one or the CT15E, which is the same as this one, but 10 liters less capacity, but cheaper bags, a little bit smaller. Um, Either one, I think you can't go wrong. But overall, yeah, it's been great. This has been a great vacuum, good purchase. I mean, I never thought I'd spend that much for a vacuum because up until I bought this one, I mostly just used rigid vacs, and they're not very expensive. Maybe you spend a couple hundred on that. And but now that I bought this and I see how good the dust collection is, I really have no regrets whatsoever. And yeah, I can probably get 2 or 3 rigids for the price of this, but I still wouldn't go back because I've used the rigid all day long. Not too long ago, me and my buddy were sanding all day long, and we were using the rigid, and after a day of listening to that, we just were like, it was just too much. It was just, we just had enough of it. So using this, having it hooked up, being able to carry on a conversation, and especially when you don't have it right beside you and it's a little bit of ways, no problem having a normal conversation with it running. You barely even notice it really. Now I'll just turn it on right now. You can hear it. The microphone is really close to it, so there's level 1. A little bit loud, but not too bad. You can still hear me. Now, if you want to hook up your tool, for example, you got a track saw, you want to hook it up. There you go. And it'll run for 5 or 6 seconds to clear the debris out. Works like a champ. All in all, great tool and a great addition to the shop. If you want to spend half the amount of money of the full-size ones, but you want all the basic features that you care about, which is quiet, good quality, and with the tool activated vacuum plug in there, this has all you need. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope it helps you make an educated decision on your next purchase. Thanks for watching.